Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Blake. I'm a dentist in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I've been a dentist for some 30 years. I was given an assignment by a dental management company a few months ago to impart for younger dentists and dentists who are just getting into the profession looking back, with hindsight being 20/20, what I might tell myself as I was entering into the practice of dentistry. Therefore, this is the letter that I wrote to myself. Dear Tom, well, here we are at the beginning of your desired career, and what thinking have you done about how you will proceed to become successful in dentistry? True to form, you've planned 5 years ahead and really never given things a second thought. Remember sitting in chemistry class as a junior in high school and thinking how you would spend the rest of your life? Okay, number 1, you love science. 2, you love people. Well, maybe not in that order. 3, you're a leader and want to be a boss. 4, you want to make a good living. And 5, you want to have a personal family time when that time occurs. Done. I want to be a dentist. Never gave it a second thought. And I never looked back. That decision was checked off the list. Hindsight's always 20/20, and perhaps you should have really done a little bit more planning to make sure that dentistry would be all that you thought it would be. Now, with a little more perspective, I have some suggestions to enable your chosen career to become your passion. Let's call them the 12 commandments of the passion of dentistry. Number 1, in all decisions, make sure that you have good gut and that it fits with the ethics and principles you've established for yourself. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Number 2, remember your priorities in practice. First to your patient, second to your team, and third to yourself. Number 3, don't be afraid to ask questions. You promised yourself to be a lifelong learner, and it starts with finding out what you don't know. You can never know what you don't know, and don't get stuck with old outdated thoughts or method. That will never serve you or your patients. Promise yourself to take as much good CE, continuing ed, as you can afford. Budget this each and every year. Try to find someone who wants to learn along with you. Comparing notes is huge. Seek out a seasoned mentor with whom you can relate. Is this person someone you aspire to be later in life, or just well-to-do? And just remember that looks can be deceiving. Remember to be grateful every day for all the blessings you've been given from God. He is in charge of your practice anyway. Sometimes in the mid-20s you just forget that. Align your practice to the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. You can never go wrong with that when it comes to dealing with your staff or your patients. For that matter, your spouse and kids, as they'll determine a great deal of the amount of happiness and fulfillment that you have on a daily basis. Neglecting those most important to you will have dire consequences in the end. God lets you rent your kids for about 18 years. They have the desire to have a relationship with you, even though during the teen years it really doesn't seem like it. And your spouse, too, likes a happy camper. Keep him or her involved in what's going on. No one likes pop quizzes. Be financially disciplined. This may be one of the most important concepts to drive home. It's just so tempting to spend it like you've got it, when you've been poor for so long going to school. There are many models to follow. Find one of them that someone else has used and achieved success. Get-rich schemes are rarely what they seem. Hard work and paying your dues has been seen to be a reliable time and time again, and honestly, the sense of achievement when you gain the goals you have set are unparalleled. Surround yourself with friends who are on the same road that you are. They don't all have to be dentists, but make sure that ethically they are on par with you or even challenge you to become better than you already are. Make sure that they make you accountable for your decisions and that you can accept their advice with an open mind and heart. Make sure, too, these people love you and that you love them. It makes it way easier that way. Remember, too, that friendships exist on a target. Not everyone can fit in a bullseye. Find a dental study club to become involved with. Make sure that some or all of them have more knowledge than you do. And again, don't be afraid to ask questions. Be careful of dentists who have agendas. They may not have your best interest at heart. Go back to rule number 1 and having good gut at all times. If you join one and it ends up not being what you need, quit. This is one time when your mom and dad's advice of finish what you start does not apply. Find a place of worship. Spirituality is certainly an individual thing where one size does not fit all. Make certain that your spiritual leaders are approachable and give you something to take home every week. If either of the above premises is not applicable over a reasonable amount of time, quit. Find the place where your heart belongs. God will guide you. Read. Oh, I know what you're saying on that. I am sick to death of reading. I was one of those people. I've done it for the last 20 years, and I don't care if I read another book. You are so cheating yourself. Read a good mix of self-help, business, pleasure, and just plain informational books so that you don't get bogged down, especially if you're not a book lover. And the last one, take the time for personal reflection often. You are a person in the making your whole life. A life unexamined is a life that is not truly well lived, in my opinion. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. You will, but learn from them and try not to make them again. Some lessons are harder than others. P.S. Don't beat yourself up if it takes a few trials to get past repeating the same dumb behavior. We're only human. Well, Tom, there are many subtopics that could be included in this letter as you start your practice, but I think these 12 commandments should be a pretty good start. Any decision that you have regarding your life or practice probably fits under one of these commandments, and you can take it from there. There is no disgrace in trial and error, but there is the ultimate disgrace in not trying at all. You can do it. Your arrival at your desired destination starts with the first step. Take it. You won't be sorry. My best always, Tom.